Haven Gardens, and I want to show you this time some different kinds of plants. These plants I call transitional, where they're going to take shade most of the time or sun most of the time and then get a blast of sun maybe in early morning or late afternoon. A lot of us have this situation, and there's a bunch of plants actually that will take this situation very well for you. I've chosen several here today, and the most popular probably is going to be Nandina. Nandina will take almost any condition that you can give to it. Definitely full sun to part sun, half day of sun will do great. If you have this in morning sun and then in the afternoon it gets hit with 4 hours of sun, you'll be great. This is a very tough plant, and that's the reason why it's in a lot of places. Another shrub that I like very, very much are the Abelias. And the Abelias are beautiful because, number one, they're semi-deciduous. This is going to give you a plant that may lose its leaves a little bit, unlike the Nandina, which is evergreen. But Abelias come in many forms, some leaf colors, and some beautiful flowers. They're covered in flowers about in the late summer, early fall, and it brings butterflies very, very nicely. I love Abelia. I've grown it many times in a half day of sun. This is a great plant for all morning up until noon, and then maybe all afternoon shade, and you'll still get beautiful flowers and a beautiful shrub. Here's a Texas native. Always got to have a Texas native to feature, and this one is American Beautyberry, which actually covers a lot of North America. We have it here in Texas, and you'll see it out in the wild in a lot of shade, but it will take a lot of sun. Again, half day would be terrific. This beautyberry is going to be deciduous. It's going to lose its leaves during the winter, but it's going to put on these little pinky white flowers come summer that turn to mauve colored berries. And those berries are big favorites for mockingbirds and other Texas native birds. They like them quite a bit. Another good tough plant. Can't forget our perennials. There's always going to be a good perennial to grow in these kind of situations. This is Texas sage, or the cedar sage, should I say. This is Salvia roemeriana. This one is just gone to seed not too terribly long ago, and it has some nice true red tubular flowers, which of course are favorites for hummingbirds. Half day of sun would be great. You'll see cedar sage under cedars. It has a great name. So it'll take a lot of shade and still bloom for you. Mine blooms in pretty early spring, come late March or first part of April. It's blooming with those beautiful red flowers to capture those hummingbirds coming in. Other perennials I like very much are going to be Pavonia, or rock rose. I have two here. This is Pavonia lasiopetala, great name. This is going to be our Texas native with these bright pink flowers, and this is the Brazilian form, Pavonia braziliensis, which are terrific plants. Anyone can grow these. These are very, very tough. You'll see them in almost full shade, but grow them in more sun and you get this shrubby plant that will be about 3 feet high, or maybe even a little taller and 3 feet wide. You can whack it back after it's established and then get some nice fresh new growth. And these flowers that are related to the Hibiscus family will open during the day and then close at night, but bring butterflies and many types of bees, including honeybees and native bees. It's a terrific plant. It's so tough you can put it in almost any situation. Got to do a vine here. Vines are great in so many situations. This is the great situation for vines because vines like to have their roots cool, but they like to obviously get you some nice height and grow up on a trellis or a fence. This one is passion vine, or Passiflora. There are some Texas natives, but most of the ones you'll see will be ones like this Becky here that have blue or purple coloration. They're going to have blooms on them in summer all the way through fall, and then bring the Texas Gulf Fritillary butterfly, which is orange and very, very pretty, and a very big favorite for pollinator people who like to have something to feed hummingbirds and butterflies. And I want to do a herb for you. This is Chile Pequin. This is a little tiny bird pepper that you hear talk about maybe, and this is a Texas native. You can see it's blooming with some small flowers, and then very soon, here's a green one here, They'll turn red to almost perfectly round little peppers, which are edible if you would like. It's fairly hot, but it is a favorite of birds, hence the name bird pepper. Gets you maybe in about 2 feet. It looks pretty in a pot. I've grown mine in a pot for some time. Takes a half day of sun. Remember, most peppers actually will do very well with part sun and part shade and still produce well for you. Very, very nice plant. It's a true perennial. They'll come back year after year. Here's one you're starting to see in late summer, which is where we are right now, and these are the asters. These plants are the plants that are going to bloom in late summer, early fall. This is Aster oblongifolius, or Symphyotrichum oblongifolius. This is our Texas native aster. A lot of the new ones are being bred to be smaller, but this one gets to be about 3 feet by 3 feet or so. It can slowly spread, and of course it has the blue daisy-like flowers about a ½ inch across. They really, really do bring butterflies and pollinators, like small bees, very, very nice in the landscape. Half day of sun, again, if it gets zapped by that afternoon sun, not a problem. Here's a big favorite for us. We always love our Turk's cap. We've always said that this Turk's cap will probably take any situation. We definitely seen it in all day sun and all day shade, but still Turk's cap will do better for you with a half day. You want to get these beautiful, unusual Turk's fez shaped flowers on them. And of course, again, this is a big favorite for hummingbirds. It's a deciduous plant to a true perennial. So sometimes it will die down, as they say, to maybe a foot or so and then come right back. It's big. It could be up to 5 feet by 5 feet, probably in your garden, but it covers itself with these red flowers that do bring butterflies and hummingbirds. Great to bring them to shade. Very, very tolerant plant. If you want to see some more of these kinds of plants, come into North Haven Gardens. Ask a garden advisor here. We'll show you these transitional plants for those difficult areas that grow in sun or shade. Come see us.